Okay, so in the previous video, we looked at food chains, food webs, and energy. And today we're going to look at efficiency. Now, efficiency is a calculation. It's typically only higher tier. However, I know in physics, you do look at this in foundation. It's normally applicable to electrical appliances, things like light bulbs, kettles, heaters. And it's a component of the energy that's actually coming into the device against the useful energy, so the light emitted by the bulb or the heat given out by a heater. Now we're going to use the same food chain that we used previously. So we've got 1,000 joules of energy coming into the grass from the sun. 100 joules of that is passed on to the rabbit, and then 10 joules of that is passed on to the fox. Remember, it's never the full amount, because the rabbit's moving, it's keeping warm, it's losing energy as feces and urine, respiration. So only a proportion of that energy is passed on to the fox when the fox eats the rabbit. That's the growth of new tissue and cells and flesh that can be passed on. The fox can only utilize that flesh. It can't utilize the heat. It can't utilize the movement energy or the urine or the feces, only the flesh. Now, efficiency is a percentage calculation. So you can see it's the energy passed on divided by the energy in times by 100. The 100 tells us it must be a percentage. So for this particular food chain, let's have a look. So the energy passed on to the fox is 10 joules, and we divide that by the energy that went in originally to the rabbit, which was 100 joules, and then we times it by 100. So that gives us 10%. So this particular food chain is only 10% efficient at converting the energy into actual flesh that can be passed on to the next stage. If you look at this one here, this connection here, of the 1,000 joules, 100 joules is passed on to a rabbit. That's also 10%. So this is only 10% efficient. So it's quite low. This is why the fox needs to keep feeding. This is why the rabbit needs to eat lots of grass, because there's a lot of energy that is not being transferred on through the food chain. Now, it's not lost, okay? Because as we know in physics, that energy cannot be created nor destroyed, only transferred. It's a law of conservation of energy. So the energy is being transferred to the environment as heat. The urine and feces from the rabbit and the fox actually is used by decomposers, bacteria, fungi. That then obviously gets added into the soil, which can then be reabsorbed by the grass. It's kind of what we call the carbon cycle and the nitrogen cycle, which we'll come back to in a future video. But as it stands, that is efficiency. Thank you.